Hi everyone, it's time for the weekly wrap-up. I've got Cornelius and Bentley, who used to be Dasher, is now called Bentley for his bent tail, right here with me. So first we have to do some kitten fun before... Cornelius is stealing it. Cornelius is stealing it. That's so funny. It is fun. It's hard to get any work done in the office or in here because of all the kittens. Cornelius! These guys have been really fun, but I wanted to... One thing you didn't notice right away that was really cute, let me see if Bentley can do it. I had the feather like this, and yep, here he goes. And Bentley is not watching me, but instead, oops, he's watching where it is on the screen and hitting the screen. So, all right, I think we're gonna have to get to some real serious work here now with all the kittens, but so right now we have the kittens separated into two groups. Hi guys. Hi guys. It probably wasn't a good idea that I brought a feather toy out during a live post. But first of all, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys all had a safe and peaceful New Year's Eve. I know a lot of us were home with our pets and cats. The staff was here working, and volunteer Sally was accepting donations via phone till midnight. So thank you all who gave to the year-end match when your donations were doubled. Not only are all your gifts helping these little guys, but they're helping your favorites that are out at the sanctuary too. Bentley. So with the weekly wrap-up, I wanted to kind of share you some updates, but we don't have all the totals in from the match yet, but we know we exceeded that 11,000 match because of your generosity. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I wanted to do some cat updates for you. I know everybody's been asking about Lucy, and so we sent out an update, but kind of easier to talk through it. Cornelius, you're stealing the show here. You're stealing the show. Is that, you know, we've ruled out a lot of things with Lucy, but we don't have the exact diagnosis, and sometimes that's how medicine works. And so right now, our best guess, based on what we've ruled out, and then also looking at her blood levels last week and then during her CT scan, that she could have some type of bleeding ulcer in her pylorus, which is the area we couldn't get to. It's also an area that has a very low chance of surgical success. So we're treating her aggressively for what we consider to be like a bleeding ulcer. And the good news is so far on those list of medications she's on to help protect that GI lining, she's kept her food down. We've seen bowel movements. That's what we were worrying about. And keeping the food down was really important. We haven't seen blood in her stool, which was would have been concerning. And she's chuffy and acting sweet as can be. And so really excited of how we're progressing. Hey guys, are you guys being crazy? Not out of the woods, of course, but whenever we move in the right direction, we're super happy about it. So this week we also, Bogart was seen. Bogart is one of our bobcats that we have no idea his age. We're really guessing on his age. They went to, police showed up at a party. They were called for a human shooting at a party and found adult bobcat there that was temporarily placed at a wildlife rehab center until came to us, since he was illegally owned. We had no information. So our best guess is he's an adult. We don't think he's senior, but we think he's probably around 10 years old. And so he was seen for a wellness exam, but also caretakers noticed that his front claw had grown into his pad, which is really weird because that's usually an older cat issue, that they're not stretching and scratching and doing the things they do. But it was just one nail. It didn't seem to bother him, but when he was sedated, we were able to trim that really short. And so all his blood work looked really good. We'll probably be sending updates to the sponsors soon, just trying to catch up from the holiday. Squirrel, my office kitty, was also seen. She is a cat that I just said is really bad for productivity, so don't tell the board of directors, because she always wants to be held, is always right here, doesn't want to sit in the lap, needs to be up here, so it's hard to type at the same time. But because she's up here so much, we could start smelling her, and so we were smelling her mouth a lot, and I thought she had a bad tooth, and when we looked at it, she had kind of, oh, Lexi's even joining us. Lexi's here. Where's Lexi? There she is. Hi, Lex. Squirrels had like a loose tooth, so at first we thought it was a bad tooth, so scheduled her for a dental, and then realized she had an abscess in her ear, which is probably from a claw of one of the other cats in the office, and it had ruptured, but it was under her fur where we couldn't see it. And so once that came out, we realized that was the smell we're smelling. But we still did sedate her for an exam, a teeth cleaning, and extracted the one tooth that needed it, and she's back to being her lovey-dovey perfect self today. So happy about that. We, as always, as you know, are looking at quality of life watches, especially for our geriatrics. We have so many geriatrics. And Benny, I still some days can't believe Benny, the Bengal, is still with us in the office. He's getting more and more restless, more and more, if you guys have older cats, you know, you get the older cat that either sleeps all the time or the older cat that is restless, that is always crying, talking, wanting something, but nothing you give them is what they want. So I will tell you 10 times a day, we're giving him a different kind of wet food. Sometimes he'll eat a teaspoon and walk away. Other times he bellows in the office, wants the water turned on, you turn it on, he doesn't want it. Now he's wanting dry, crunchy treats. He's still on meds twice a day, including Miralax and his thyroid meds. But we can tell it's getting closer. The kids, so many toys everywhere. We can tell it's getting closer for him. You know, his weight is getting worse and worse. He's thin, and so it's not there yet, but I'm just preparing everybody because he's been a resident with us for a very long time and very important to everybody here. Dream, we're still watching. Dream the Bengal. She's just getting pickier and pickier with food and moving around less and less. We are gonna look at Leo the Lion in the coming days. I know many of you are sponsors of his, so you'll be getting an update. As you know, he's been having incontinence for a while, and we've had him on the list to sedate, but we've always had emergencies, and it's at his age, 17, almost 18, there's only so much we can do or find out. So we are going to be sedating him hopefully over the next 1 to 2 weeks. We're a little concerned at a cat that age, it could be prostate. We also know that we have increased his diet to 19 pounds a day, which is a huge amount even for a big cat. And he's still very trim. He does not put on that weight. And that's been going on for a year or so. This is an old age thing. But it would be nice to get a baseline to see if we have any kidney disease or anything like that. So keep him in your thoughts. It's hard when we get these older ones, and we have so many servals that are over 20 still. And even though we've had a really mild winter, winter is the time that we say goodbye more frequently than not, compared to other seasons. And it doesn't seem to have so much to do with the cold, it's just the time of year. So those are kind of it. We are working on a lot of cat moves coming up. We have these 11 here that you would not even know because they're all running around there. Right now we have them in 2 groups. But they are needing to get out of the welcome center here and into some areas. So we're looking at maybe keeping the 2 groups divided, like Mr. Cornelius here, and maybe moving some of them into the office as office cats, probably upstairs. Downstairs is pretty full. And then looking at moving others into Catio Town. We still are in the midst of, somebody's pulling the whole blanket off this table with me. I would assume it's got to be Bentley down there. But moving the rest to Catio Town. So to do that means we need to move other cats. And we don't usually just move cats just to make space for new ones. That's not what we do. We've been evaluating the cats in Catio Town for a while. And Topper, who loves his indoor room, has become quite a challenge outside. As we know, Topper and cats like Puma and even Tigger don't like other cats or solitary cats. That worked well when they're in rooms, but now that they're in the catios, even with blinds and shade cloths up, Topper's getting very upset about it. He's marking a lot, which we can live with, but he also is having some displaced aggression. So once I talk to the caretakers this week, we might find another plan for a few of the singles in Catio Town. We also know in Catio Town, Coco and Sine, who are just wonderful F1 Savannahs that, God, I just adore them so much, and they're in the log cabin room. They are very assertive, and because Catio Town has a double door entry system for the whole building, but not for each individualized room, Sine has decided to try and get past his caretakers every day, get out into the hallway and say hi to everyone. And now the hallway is a central playroom, but there's certain cats that just can't be there based on their size, their disposition, things like that. And so some of the caretakers just said they thought it might be good for Coco and Sine, who are larger, to go back to a bungalow where they have some shift areas, they have double door entries, they don't mind being, in and outdoors, things like that. So we haven't made final decisions yet, but we're looking at what that means. And that might mean Bobcat Bella, who has been under watch for a while. She's one of our geriatrics too, for her neuro issues. She is doing much better, and so maybe we can move her back to a free roaming habitat at the sanctuary. So we've kind of put all these on hold during the holidays because we have people in and out on vacation, and even though we're staffed 24/7, not everybody's here, and so it's always good to get everybody's input, because it's not even with the cats that might move, but it's where they're moving to. So Bella does not do well on shared walls, even at her age. So if she goes on a shared wall, there's a lot of work that has to be done, including mesh, including Bella is one that won't stick her paw through to get somebody. Instead, she kind of does things to get them to stick their paw into her area so she can bite. Mesh has worked, but then she started digging holes underground so that the other bobcats would reach underground and she could bite them. So we know Bella, she's been with us a long time. So if she moves somewhere, we definitely have to do some due diligence and upgrades on that enclosure before she moves into it. So a lot going on there. And let's see, your crane lion cubs have been a handful. So they have their holding yards. Hi, Lexi. They have their holding yards and then shoots into their building. And a lot of times, because we have skirting on the ground, that's where the rodents like to hide because it's kind of insulated. Well, that makes the lions go crazy, and they have torn off some of their skirting and got to the outside the building and pulled off some of the building. So the staff and facilities was busy fixing that. In the summer, we'll probably concrete that area. It's completely cattle paneled as a cube, but they're still getting to certain things. Hi, Lexi. You gonna hide? Do you come up here and say hi, Lex? You can do it, Lexi. You can do it. There you come. There you come. She's not shy, but she's being a little shy. Let's see. Lexi, can you say hi? No, you're gonna go down. Oh, you're gonna run away. Oh, okay. And so the Ukraine Pride have been doing that. And then somebody else has been naughty. Kiara the dog has been perfect since she came. Never ate cat food off the counter. We could leave human treats, cat food, open on the counter and never had any issues. I don't know what happened over Christmas, but she somehow discovered she could eat off every counter, every table, and now she's counter surfing the second somebody's had his turn. And, there's a lot of cat food in our office. So I don't know what's going on, but I've upped her food and given her treats and trying to do positive reinforcement. I mean, my dogs at home do this all the time, but we were blessed to have her not do that. So now it's been a little bit of a challenge. So other things going on, we've really set the business plan for 2025, and we're going to be recapping everything you helped us do in 2024. It's amazing when I looked back what you have helped us, the volunteers and the staff and interns, do here on site for the cats. I mean, Catio Town, New Land, Cat's Hill Creek. I mean, those are huge projects, just to name a few. And so watch for the video next week, recapping everything. We had to say goodbye to a lot of loved ones, but we welcomed, I think, 22 or 23 residents last year. That's crazy. And I'm still getting calls. So there's several cases that I talked to, working about, some in Canada, some in Ukraine, some in Honduras, and working with other sanctuaries. At this point, if other sanctuaries have big cat capacity, we will allow cats, not allow, I shouldn't say that's right. We are going to decline taking cats in because we are pretty full, and if sanctuaries have a lot of open space, our goal, and every sanctuary's goal, is that that animal goes into open space right away. Now, there's certain situations that we would definitely step up if other people are full, if we're closer, if we have expertise in the area. For example, if we still found a lone male lion of a certain age that was calm and could be with Alyssa, we know she's happy and she loves her neighbors, but we would still say yes to hopefully emerge for Alyssa. So there's special cases like that. There's special certain enclosures we have open that are really species specific, so we might wait and say yes till that. Doesn't mean we'll never say yes again, because you can see we did at 20, but it's also knowing that it's always what's best for the cat, and if there's sanctuaries that have a lot of open spaces, let them go there. But right now, small cats is what we're taking in, because small cats is where I don't get, can't find a lot of space for. I have a 12-year-old serval in Canada that needs placement. Now, Canada passed laws that are stricter for pet ownership, which is great, but they didn't really leave good laws in place for sanctuaries. So now that these animals need a place to go, they're having to come to the U.S., and that can be challenging, especially for a serval, because even though you got dust all over your face, Cornelius, even though you think, just like this owner said, well, if I drive to the border, can you pick up my serval? And the answer is no. I mean, we need to do the import process just like we do if they're coming from Argentina or Ukraine, so it's not that simple. I have another person who reached out today who's moving out of the country and really wants to find placement for her serval. And right now, we just don't have serval space. I don't know any sanctuaries that really do, so I've reached out to quite a few of them, hoping somebody can say yes. This seems like a very committed owner who just life circumstances changed and willing to cover transport costs and monthly expenses. But if people don't have a small cat enclosure space, it's really, there's not much you can do. I mean, our goal is not to bring cats into these temporary areas that aren't living a better life than they were at their previous home. We always want an upgrade. What are you eating over there? My keys. I have, I'll show you. Oh, my keys just went down there. And I have, what you doing there? What are you doing? So not that you're supposed to have favorites at all, but I think each of us have really found, I would say, one of these Highland Lynx Bengal crosses that really hit our hearts. And I didn't even name him Dasher, you know, as his temporary name, but Bentley definitely has my heart. I know Rudy and Olivia are like this. Cornelius is everybody's cat, but Katie really likes Cornelius. I know Alyssa really has a heart for Abbott, is who we're calling him now. I'm doing this slow because these names changed it so much. He was Donner, now he's Abbott. And Elise really loves Lexi, who was Vixen. So, and I know Jenny, our volunteer, is totally in love with Comet. It's just, they each are amazing, but we each have a huge heart goes to a single one of them. And it's just hard to focus when there's so much going on behind me that you guys can't see, but I just hear cats running around like crazy. And so I know we've been asked again, are we adopting these guys out? We're not there yet. Like I said, as these cats are here for a reason, we're still getting to know them. They still need to be spayed and neutered and vetted. And again, you can see by the list that I named that if adoption is a good possibility for them, that there is a list of sanctuary staff and vet team that are willing to step up, and more than I even named. So that it won't be a problem if they can be in a home environments, that they will get in specialized home environments. More updates as I look out through the sanctuary. Beauty's still doing really good. You know, who I don't see a lot is Kimba and Simba, but the caretakers say they're doing great. Kimba, who used to always hide in the grass, the Eurasian lynx, is now always in her bungalow. She likes to be inside. Simba is really outgoing when she thinks it's food time, and then after food time, she kind of goes her own way. Sky and Celine, the bobcats, man, since we've moved them to Cattail Creek, they love their bungalows, and they are in there most of the time. I feel like they could move to Catio Town and never need an outdoor space because they've chosen to stay inside. But, you know, I've really, I'm trying to read comments. You guys are funny. I love reading your comments. I'll go back and read more. But other than that, it's just really getting ready for all the projects next year. And we'll be announcing those projects and giving you kind of a look of what is in store. But more habitat construction, more habitat improvements, obviously sanctuary improvements that we'd love for you to be a part of. And we don't know what's on the horizon for rescues of what we will or won't take in. It really, as space permits, and as we are doing some habitat construction and remodeling that you'll see, you know, it's all that timing is important. I will tell you, it's really hard to say no, and over the years, I think the Wildcat Sanctuary has gotten a reputation that we will always say yes, and we sure try when it doesn't negatively impact our current residents here, and we sure try to find placement if we're full, but it is going to be one of those years where there's going to be times we just can't find homes for bobcats and servals, or Bengals, you know, in savannas. It's just going to be hard to say to an owner that, I know you want to do the right thing, but there isn't space available. So my message is to all those people out there that want to get pet exotics or hybrids, there is not a lot of resources for you when it doesn't work or your life changes. So really think about that ahead of getting one, and please don't get one. So somebody's asking how Pandora is. She's doing really well. You know, we know she has lymphoma, but she's not showing the signs. We know when those signs start, it'll happen fast, but she's been doing really, really great and enjoying her time. Tarek and Polina, I got to see Dash, who I haven't seen. I gave him some Zupreme as a treat, but it's just really fun walking around. And we're supposed to have some cold over the next couple weeks, but I don't think we're gonna have much snow, and that makes our lives easier when the staff and interns aren't spending hours and hours a day shoveling out, but instead being able to spend it caring for, feeding, and doing enrichment. I see you, Lexi, for the cats here. Well, before I leave, let's just take a turn around and look at some of the kittens here, because you guys helped us so much. Hi, Lexi. Helped us so much be able to say yes to these 11 newbies. And it's just, they're just very heartwarming. At first it's a little overwhelming to take in 11 cats and figure out where they go. It also can be overwhelming that if they can do really well in a home environment, not wanting to stay in the sanctuary, you can tell we've turned the old volunteer quarters just completely into a jungle gym for cats. I see Cornelius and Rudy there having some breakfast. Rudy, it looks like you've had more food than others. You're looking a little full-figured, aren't you? So if you missed the beginning of the live, we did updates on cats, including Lucy. And look at, how did my keys get brought all the way over here from the table while I was doing the live post? So we have just the 4 of them out here, and then the rest are in their room. Let's see if... Hi! Hi! And there's Mama over there. You're also one of my favorites. Can we tell everybody that? Can we tell everybody that? Hi, guys. Faith is asking how Erin's doing. Erin's been doing great. So we're working on socializing these ones a little bit. Some are a little more shy. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You're so warm. You're so warm. I love it when I catch all the kittens sleeping. Hi, Mama. Is that your food? Sandy, how are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, there's one more down here. Where'd you go? Hi. Hi, gorgeous. Hi. This is actually Clover, the smallest girl. So she's still one that needs a little more socialization. If I reach out to her, I bet you she will dart away, so I'm not going to. Where Sage has really come a long way. So we're working on each of them. I'd say out of all of them, the shyest still are Comet and Clover. Well, it's always fun to see kittens. You can tell they're already growing up a little bit. They're not wild childs. They take naps now. Hi, Mama. Hi, beautiful Mama. And she still reminds me so much of Shy Bear. I know they have different ears, but this girl, Mama Claus, Mama Bear, for tribute to Shy Bear is what we're calling her too. So I know it gets very confusing with all the name changes, but it was getting very confusing for us trying to remember reindeer names. So obviously Mama Bear is tribute to Shy Bear, and Clover and Sage are the two smallest girls. And how I remember is Clover is on the ground. So the smallest girl closest to the ground is Clover. Sandy, who used to, I believe, be Blitzen, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Because she has straight ears, she resembles a sand cat to us. So that's why we did Sandy. Abbott is the little boy right here. And we did keep Comet and Cupid's names because Cupid is straight as an arrow. And so you have straight ears. And Comet is the little shy curled ear girl who loves to run away. So let's see if anybody's here before I sign off. But again, thank you for making the year unmatched so completely amazing. You guys made this such a fun way. Oh, we still, Cornelius is out there stealing feather toys. Hi, Bentley. But yeah, it's been a lot of energy having these guys here. It's been a lot of fun. And we're just thankful that because of you, we've been able to provide them a home here at the sanctuary. Hi, Big Feet Boy. Hi, Big Feet Boy. And we hope that 2025 is as amazing for you as it is for all the rescued residents here that you've given a second chance to. We're so grateful for everything you do for us, and we can't wait to show you more of not just the kittens. I know you've seen a lot of them over the last couple weeks, but of all the residents that you love and care for so much.